The night was thick with silence, pressing against the trees like an unseen force. The town of Black Hollow, nestled deep in the valley, was a place few dared to speak of after dark. Legends swirled like mist around its shadowed streets, whispering of something unnatural lurking within the abandoned Saintwood Manor. For years, the house had stood untouched, its gaping windows staring like empty eyes into the soul of the town. Children dared each other to step onto its rotting porch, but no one ever did. It was cursed, they said. Anyone who entered never returned the same, if they returned at all. No one knew this better than Alex Carter. Alex had always been drawn to the unknown. A budding journalist, he had spent his life chasing mysteries, exposing hidden truths. But Saintwood was different. It wasn't just a story, it was a wound carved into the fabric of reality itself. A wound that bled whispers and shadows. It all started with an old diary. Alex had found it buried beneath stacks of forgotten books in the town's crumbling library. The leather was cracked with age, the pages brittle beneath his fingers. The name scrawled across the cover sent a chill through him. Margaret Saintwood, the last known owner of the house. The woman who had vanished without a trace in 1893, leaving behind only rumors of madness and unholy terror. His hands trembled as he opened the diary. _ they are watching me. They whisper my name in the dark. I hear them in the walls. _ A door that should not exist appeared in my bedroom last night. It led to a place of endless screaming. I tried to close it, but something was on the other side. It is waiting for me. Alex's breath hitched. The words were jagged, written in frantic strokes. The entries grew more unhinged, filled with desperate pleas and warnings. If anyone finds this, leave this house. Do not open the door. The last page was soaked in something dark, something that looked too much like blood. A normal person would have shut the diary, burned it, and never spoken of it again, but Alex was not a normal person. That night, he stood before Saintwood Manor, the moon casting long, spindly shadows across its ruined facade. The door loomed before him, slightly ajar, as if it had been waiting. The air inside was thick, suffocating. Dust coated every surface, disturbed only by strange, twisting patterns on the floor, like someone had dragged their fingers through it in wide, spiraling circles. The house sighed around him, old wood groaning in protest. The scent of decay clung to the air, beneath which lingered something else. Something sweet, something rotten. Alex stepped forward. His flashlight flickered, the beam stretching feebly into the void. He could feel it then, the sensation of being watched. Eyes pressing in from the walls, the ceiling, the darkened hallways. He followed the diary's words, moving deeper into the house, his heart hammering against his ribs. Every step felt like walking into a grave. Then he saw it, a door that shouldn't exist. It stood at the end of a hallway that had not been there moments before. The wood was darker than the rest of the house, pulsing as if it were alive. Scratches marred its surface, long and deep, as though something had tried to claw its way out. His breath came ragged. He knew he should run, but some horrors call to us, and some doors demand to be opened. His fingers trembled as they gripped the handle. The metal burned cold against his skin. The door swung open. The darkness beyond was alive. It crawled toward him, tendrils of shadow slithering across the floor. And then he saw them. Figures stood in the abyss, their bodies impossibly thin, their eyes hollow voids that swallowed the light. Their mouths stretched wide, their whispers like the rustling of dead leaves. You should not have come. The words twisted around him, sinking into his mind like hooks. He staggered back, but the shadows had him now. They wrapped around his legs, his arms, pulling him forward. He tried to scream, but the sound died in his throat. The last thing he saw before the darkness swallowed him was a figure standing among them. Margaret Saintwood, her lips curled into something that might have been a smile. And then, nothing. The town awoke the next morning to silence. The house remained untouched, its secrets buried in the gloom. Alex Carter was never seen again, but sometimes, on quiet nights, a whisper can be heard from within Saintwood Manor. A voice calling for help. A voice that sounds so much like his. The moral: some truths are not meant to be uncovered. Some doors should never be opened. The hunger of the unknown is eternal, and those who seek its secrets may find themselves consumed. Because not all mysteries are meant to be solved.